Welcome to the Dr. Entrepreneur Podcast, where we discuss everything from side hustles to investing to expanding that entrepreneur mindset. We'll also be bringing the best and brightest entrepreneurs from every industry to help us level up. Now, here's your host, Dr. Glenn Vo.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's Dr. Glenn Vo, and it's been a bit. It's been a while. We took a hiatus for an extended period of time. So for those who have been subscribers to this podcast, welcome back. For those who are new and listen to all the old episodes and now catching up to this, welcome. But we took a little break. And just like in our own lives, there's seasons in our own lives, right? Let's say that you're a single person and you move on to a different season where you meet the right person, you get married, you have kids eventually go to college, you go through different seasons of life, right? In your entrepreneurial life, you also go through these seasons. And in my entrepreneurial life, whether it was being a dentist, growing a multi-million-dollar practice, to cutting down in dentistry and getting into other side gigs and side hustles. And then now those side gigs are my main gig, and dentistry is kind of like my side gig now. You know, I went through this phase and this podcast went through this phase. So initially, this podcast was created for other health professionals to level up, right? Well, this podcast now is for everyone. And so the name of the podcast is Dr. Entrepreneur Podcast because I'm a doctor and most of my audience were doctors, whether dentists, physicians, optometrists, podiatrists, chiropractors. But honestly, the doctor in the Entrepreneur Podcast, it's more of you getting a doctorate in being an entrepreneur. So instead of a PhD, we're going to do an EHD, an entrepreneur honorary doctorate. Okay. So hopefully as you go through this, you're going to get your EHD. And I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about, we're talking about investments, still about leveling up and that mindset. But we're also going to give you opportunities to figure out what your next thing is. We're going to bring on entrepreneurs who are amazing in every different industry, who've come from different industries and pivoted and created new businesses. People who are teachers and now they're big-time digital marketers. We're going to talk to people who are attorneys, who are now having one of the biggest e-commerce sites in the industry. We're going to bring people like that, but we're also going to talk about mindset. So as you're going through your different stages in life, in your own personal life, just understand that you're going to go through that as an entrepreneur, just like I did. And I'm really excited to kind of reboot this podcast. And I'm really excited to have you on. And again, if you're not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss these upcoming episodes. And again, and another thing too, forgot to mention is that we have a new Facebook group. We had the Healthcare Professional Entrepreneur, and that was the old Facebook group. And we had like 5,000 people. And I recently had to tell people that I was sunsetting that group. And we created a new group called Freedom from the 9 to 5. That's a new Facebook group. We got about 2,500, so it's slowly growing. But I want you to join that. And of course, we have our YouTube channel, the Side Gig Multiplier. It's all about getting more content and leveling up. So thank you so much for your support. And I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Dr. Entrepreneur Podcast. If this podcast brought you value, then hit that subscribe button. And if you want more entrepreneur tips, then visit our YouTube channel at the Side Gig Multiplier. See you next time.